All right, welcome back to Helos Homies. It's been over a month. Today I'm with one of my favourite artists, one of the most underrated in the country, a Fijian general, and Tosoviti. Right, is this your first PR appearance?
I think so, bro. Yeah, to be honest, I think I've just done like a radio interview over the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, with just like Fijian Voice of Youth.
Yes, just speak a bit closer.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Fijian Voice of Youth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this would be like my proper on-camera kind of thing.
Bro, it's an honour.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks
Man,
it's
an honour for me to come here, bro.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for having me.
Least I can do. How do you feel doing like a podcast / an interview?
Man, yeah, it is what it is, eh?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm real shy, man. Like, anyone that knows me knows, bro. Like, yeah, it's like I picked a weird, I guess, passion to choose because, you know, being an artist and then being someone that's shy, it's like it doesn't really go hand in hand, eh?
A lot of artists, bro, I've met are pretty shy.
Yeah.
But when they get behind the mic, it's a bit different.
There's a switch,
yeah. There's a conscious switch of like, this is like, they separate themselves from like them as an artist.
Yeah.
And they can switch into someone who has to be more out there and things like that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Now, so for people that haven't heard your music, bro, this is why I wanted to get you on. So Cruisin' has 60,000 streams.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yep.
It deserves 7 figures in my opinion. Bro, it's one of the best songs I've heard come out of Sid City, right?
Thank you, brother.
I said to you earlier, the first person that came to mind when I heard, was it Cruisin' the first one I heard? I think it would have been.
Yeah.
When Marv's, shout out to Marv's.
Shout out Marv's. Yeah, Europa.
Yeah. When Marv's first told me about you was Cruisin', and the first person I thought about from that song was Erykah Badu.
Mad.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good compliment.
Bro, come on,
The
man.
GOAT, eh?
Yeah, 100%. Like,
how would you describe your music, or how do you describe your music to people that haven't heard you before?
Man, to be honest, I'd say Sydney City street soul. You know what I mean? Yeah, street soul. Like, pretty much, lad. Like, that's all I can say. Hey, like, yeah. When I make it, that's who I have in mind. That's how I feel. It comes from my soul. Yeah. You know, like, yeah. That's what I'd say it is, street soul, Sydney City street soul.
How come you got into that more soulful side of hip hop when most of Sid City got into like drill or like harder terms of hip hop? What made you go in a completely like leftwards direction of going, I'm going to make soul music?
Man, I think it's just me. Yeah, it's like me being honest with myself. You know, like it's all I know how to make. Yeah, like it comes naturally. I don't have to force it. Like, yeah, when I hear soul, even like any soul music, you know, like anyone starts as a fan first, and the music that really like speaks to me is soul music, bro. You know, whether it be D'Angelo, Erykah Badu, you know, that sort of stuff. Even like stuff from the older stuff, you know, like the Manhattans, Whispers, all that sort of classic stuff, you know. And I'm like real into like West Coast stuff as well, you know, like lowriders and all that. And that's, you know, that's what you see him cruising to, you know. So like I feel like, yeah, man, that's the stuff that speaks to me, eh?
Who were your influences growing up in terms of the music you listen to? Actually, who was Allblackalby growing up? Where'd you grow up? Let the people know, man.
Man, I was born in Auckland, New Zealand. Yeah, born there. Spent like about 6-7 years there. And then me and my mum moved over to Marylands. Yeah, man. So we spent pretty much majority of my childhood growing up in Marylands, Parramatta Way, out those ways, eh? Yeah. Fijian background, Fijian mum. And yeah, man, pretty much.
And what would you say the influences were on you growing up in terms of music and hip hop culture?
Bro, from New Zealand, like I got a lot of cousins there, a lot of family in that. I'd say that's probably like the basis of my taste in music. You know, like New Zealand's real what would I say? Like they're real heavy into their R&B and hip hop, and they're really true to the culture as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they're like, I'm not saying that Australia's not as dialed in as they are, but like, yeah, I feel like New Zealand stayed true to it more, you know? So like the R&B and the hip hop was more like your underground stuff that was championed, you know? And you think about all the radio stations that they have there. So I feel like I grew up on that, you know? Like I listened to I heard D'Angelo and your Bone Thugs and like just a mixture of stuff, you know? Like I feel like my cousins weren't just stuck in one genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'd play like Simply Red, you know, or some like Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
And then after that, it'd be like First of the Month, Bone Thugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like, so me like being passenger seat or being in the back in the baby seat or whatever, you know, I'd listen to that and be like, oh, that's the jam, you know? So to me, it was all music really. And like, if it goes, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you listen to much Afrobeat?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's somewhat, it's not soul, but it's not far from it, eh?
No, yeah, not at all, yeah.
Some of that chill stuff.
Man, the right songs, far out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of Thames stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Thames, she's cracked it, bro. She's she's
proper.
found like the sweet spot for it, eh?
There's a guy that's coming over. His name's Asake.
Okay.
Asake.
Yeah, right.
He's coming over for a festival. He's like one of my favorites, eh?
What's his track? Lonely?
He's got a few.
Yeah.
What's Up My G is by far my favorite song of his.
Yeah, true. I'll have to suss it.
I heard it. First time I heard it, I went in, I reckon I sent it like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
Like, this is it, eh?
Yeah.
I love that stuff. Yeah, in NZ, bro, when I talk to like Kiwis or Māoris, I myself have like a very diverse taste in music. And I always notice their diverse taste as well. And you can see it in streetwear as well.
Yeah.
They often champion movements, whereas Australia, we don't have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when drill was popping, people were just looking for drill artists.
Yeah.
Whereas in New Zealand, there's not ever been like, when Scribe and Savage were popping off, whilst they popped off, there was people still listening to other genres of music.
Yeah.
I think that's where Australia lacks a bit. It's because we kind of push one genre at a time, whether it's like the EDM sound or whether it's like the drill sound,
Yeah.
instead of kind of championing the actual whole hip hop scene. You know what I mean? I think NZ does that really well.
Yeah. And they have a lot of just homegrown artists, eh? Like
Rizvan, bro.
Yeah.
Rizvan's like one of my favorites, eh?
100%, bro. And even like as far as their reggae scene and hip hop scene, you know, all of their artists.
Bro,
like,
the reggae scene's tapped.
Exactly,
It's
bro.
massive.
Yeah, you think about Catch a Fire, man, one of the, you know, biggest reggae bands in the world. And
660.
You know, yeah, 660. Right. Yeah, bro. Sold out Mount Smart. Right, crazy. Even like as far as hip hop, when you have artists like Homebrew, you know, who tour the UK frequently, man, you know? It's crazy, bro. And then like in Australia, some of their artists we haven't even heard of, but the rest of the world have.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a band called The Vacations that are massive globally.
Yeah,
and I feel
true.
like not enough people here know about them. And they're Australian. They're from like Newcastle. Oy. Oh, yeah, Vacations. And then you have like Iggy Azalea, who's not known over here. She goes over to America, pops off.
Yeah.
And there's other artists like that where you just,
Yeah, Hiatus, Coyote,
Yeah.
Tame Impala.
Yeah,
you know?
Tame Impala's a big one,
Man,
bro.
massive. But
rise.
like from his beginning, you wouldn't have probably heard him in Australia, eh?
Yeah.
Till he popped off overseas, eh? So I feel like Australia definitely has the talent, but I think it's the scene that needs working on, eh?
Yeah. How did you get into music?
Man, family, to be honest. Yeah. Had a lot of family that were into music. You know, I had a cousin, not had, but I've got a cousin, JJ. He was gigging in the soul scene. And another cousin, Moses, he was like into production and stuff. So pretty much between the two of them, it's like hard for me not to pick anything up, eh? Yeah, and then once I sort of...
What did you pick up first?
I'd say guitar playing. Yeah, guitar, bass, just jamming really, like around a carver bowl, watching footy, you know, after the footy game, then we just keep jamming, eh? And after that, it turned into something that I like fell in love with, eh? And after that, I think Moses sort of introduced me to music production through like Fruit Loops. And I'd seen Fruit Loops before at like a youth center, you know, when they like have those music programs at the youth center. Yeah, I'd seen that, but I didn't really understand it. And until I seen my cousin using it, and he was like, I was hearing the sounds that were coming out of like this computer.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, that's trippy, lad. And then he like, you know, full broke it down for me, showed me how it's done. And he was like producing my early unreleased stuff. And then sort of when he gave it a break, I was forced to start like digging into it on my own. Yeah, bro. And then I fell in love with it. Man, yeah. I was like, you know, even these days, bro, like I could sit in front of a computer for 10 hours making beats, man. Like,
what's the process of making a beat like for you? Like, where do you start?
Oh, usually, man, when I first started, it was drums.
Yeah.
Because like I always needed the drums to hit. But I feel like the older that I've gotten, I've started like picking the melody first, or a lot of my stuff is kind of sample heavy too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might like hear a sample in my head and just have it stuck there for ages and be like, bro, I gotta make a beat out of this. Like, or like I think cruising, I had the song in my head for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like,
I just want to say on the record, the most underrated song I think this country has, bro.
Man, thank you,
the
bro.
fact, bro, not because you're in front of me. I've said it off track. Mars will vouch for that. The fact that it has 60,000 plays, bro, just baffles me. You're like, fuck. Like,
Thank you,
bro. I showed him before, and he just started like he turned around straight away. He's like, fuck, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it was so pure, eh? Like I had that melody stuck in my head for ages, and this is like before I released any music. Man, I was just like at my job, like slaving away, singing it in my head.
The
melody, you know,
backing
like
track,
kick it
yeah.
with me,
Yeah,
you know, like
it's
right, like, and then I was like, far out. And then when I got home, I was like, man, I got to do something with this, eh? And then I was lucky enough to just been like digging for samples on YouTube, and I stumbled onto that one, and then as soon as I played it, I had it like on repeat, the 4-bar loop, and I was singing that, the Kicking With Me Cousin, and it just fits so well. And then the whole track just, man, I probably would have recorded in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, wow.
You know, that whole track, and just everything came, the harmonies, the verse. Like the verse just came out. I really didn't have to write it, man. I just like spoke from the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mad,
It's
bro.
cracker, yeah.
What about when have you self-produced almost every song you've done?
All of them except for Steeze.
Who did Steeze?
Steeze is an American producer called Tavares Jordan.
Yeah, right. How'd you get in contact with it?
Man, he produces some of my favorite rappers.
Yeah,
So I listen to like a lad named Ellie Dollar, Les.
Yeah.
I think he's done some stuff for Larry June as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, lads.
That Larry June, Alchemists,
Yeah,
Action Bronson, West Side Gun, bro. Different gravy of like hip hop, eh?
100%, cuz. Yeah, and he's done a bit of work on Larry June stuff, Currency as well.
Yeah, Currency's going.
Yeah, so man, I just liked his production, eh? And then I found out he was on BeatStars.
Yeah, it's
The app, bro. So I was like, right, what? And he's on there regularly. He's pretty active on there. So he dropped the Steeze beat, and I literally bought it the same day.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but yeah, this is
wanna do
mine.
something with it.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta get it before someone else drops something to it.
Did you send it back to him?
Nah, that's not really how. I think I got the exclusive lease,
Yeah.
and he doesn't really do like publishing deals till the song gets a certain
Yeah, true.
level. Yeah. So I think only till it reaches like a certain amount of
Like a million, say.
exposure, then he'll like tap in.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's cool, but that's cool that you can tap in with producers that are working with guys like that, eh?
100%. And man, that sound, lad, that's like such a throwback sound, but it's like the production's crisp.
Yeah.
It's like up to date. It doesn't sound like a beat from the 90s, you know? Like, it's clean as, man.
So you produced Got You?
Nah, Marv's found that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sent that to me. Yeah. I wish I did though. That
Yeah.
bass line, like everyone that I've shown asked me the same thing, bro. They were like, bro, did you produce that? And I was like, nah, cuz I wish, man. Bro, that beat. Bro. And Marv's got a cracker ear for beats.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Big time.
There's some like stuff that we haven't dropped that he sent me. And bro, I was like, I'll ask him. I was like, lad, where'd you find this? This beat is crazy.
That's mad.
And I love that bag for him too. Like when he's in that sort of mode and he's on those chill beats, like those kickback stuff, lad. Bah.
I love it, eh?
Yeah, he glides, man. Yeah, he does mad with the stuff that he's on, like the trap type soul beats.
Yeah.
But yeah, even on the soul kickback R&B vibes, man, Marv's.
Bro, there's a massive
machine.
market for like rappers talking their shit on that soulful, like Drake's Do Not Disturb is probably the best example of like how big of a song that became. Not at first, but like now it's one of his most played songs. There's a song Jack Harlow did on his latest album called Denver.
Yeah, right.
And it's just like this backing track, bro. The beat's mad and it's chill. And he's just ranting about like how much he kind of misses his old life, even though he's blessed with his new life.
Yeah.
Things like that. But that's my type of music, eh?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I love when a rapper rants, but like I love when you get an album and you go through the album and then you find like these hidden gems that are not going to get played at any given club any time of the year.
100%.
It's only going to get played in people's cars.
Yeah.
And I love finding that. And I think that's like what Marv's does really well. He just kind of can sit there and just talk.
Yeah.
And I wish more Australian and like ANZ artists, like even New Zealand artists could kind of sit there and do that a bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like it's easy to get piped up for like a track. You know what I mean? But to sit there and rant and talk about issues in the world or issues within yourself or just things you're struggling with, I think it's like the most powerful music.
I think it's like how you were saying off camera about the like artists not dropping enough albums and more dropping singles. You know,
I hate it, bro. I hate singles culture.
Yeah, I feel like that's why, because there's not enough albums being dropped, so there's not enough of those deep cuts for like a listener like yourself to, you know, really like tap into like hidden gems and stuff to pick up. So I feel like, once we can shift away from that, man, it'll be hectic.
I don't know how we'll shift away from it, bro.
Yeah.
But I don't think singles is the way at the moment either. But I was listening to Gangstar today and Action Bronson, and I was like this is actual hip hop. You know what I mean? Like this singles culture of just trying to make whatever is popping at that time.
Yeah.
It's like not it. There's no longevity in it. You know what I mean? Like you don't go back after a year and go, oh yeah, like this is still a banger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like you listen to Gangstar from who knows how many years it's been, and you're like, this still holds up today. I feel like we need more of that. But Australia, I was talking to Zig about it. Zig was actually the second last guest I had on before I had like a bit of a break.
Yeah.
And Zig was like, he broke down the cost for me. He's like, bro, sometimes like it's just about cost in terms of the amount of money artists are putting in, the amount of money they get back on a single.
Yeah.
Where he goes, if people aren't listening to albums, there's no point dropping the album.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, the art of the artistry's kind of gone, and then you're just you're just submitting yourself to being a business rather than an artist, you know what I mean, all the time.
And I think that's because, you know, not to pin everything on drill music, but I think the glamorization of it, you know what I mean, because of how fast these artists have blown up in front of our faces, like a lot of people are expecting that same journey, you know, and then no one really wants to take the stairs with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want like what they've seen on the music videos. Like they want the European cars. And they want
it's all
chains.
rented, brothers.
Yeah, lad. And they want it like in a year. And the only way to really get it in a year is to drop this many singles. You know, no one's going to, you know, you can't make you can't drop as many albums in a year as you can singles, you know? So I guess like same sort of thing that he said, you know, like they're looking at the cost of it and looking at it more like a business. And I guess that's just a symptom of the like the rest of the culture, you know, like this whole like social media and all that. That's the effect that it's had on us, where everything's just microwavable. Yeah, you know. And I feel, when artists just like, if you're making it for the right reasons, you'll make it regardless. You know what I mean? Like, even if no one listened to me, man, I'd still be making music, lad. Yeah, you know what I mean? I could have 10K, like I could have 100 plays on cruising. I'm still gonna make a track, lad. Like, you know, for me, it comes from the heart, lad. Like, and I feel like if you're making it for that reason, then eventually, God willing, you'll get there. You know, and if you don't, at least you had a crack, eh?
Yeah, that's it, brother. Yeah, it's the exact same mindset. Well, I've said that about podcast. Yeah, because you'll be episode 82, and I started the podcast in 2022. So I've taken breaks, like I go traveling. Yeah. So I've taken breaks multiple times, and then last month I just took a break. It's kind of like anything, right? Like you need to take breaks every once in a while. But I always say to people, like, fuck, if I get one listener, I get 100,000. It's much of a muchness to me. Like I'm there to talk to someone I genuinely want to talk to. Yeah. I've never had my hand forced to interview anyone.
Love that.
Every single person I've asked to come on, or we've been in conversation there, but I want to talk. Right, sweet. Yeah. I'm happy to do that for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the same thing, but I say that to artists. I go, fuck, bro, if you get 100 plays, you get fucking 3 million. Yeah. Same thing. Just keep making music. Keep making what you love, because authenticity always rises to the top. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
But I don't know, bro. And I say to rappers as well, there's a few rappers that have popped off that I've known before they've popped off and things like that. And I've said this to people. It's like, bro, at some point they're going to want to make different music. Whether you make it now or later, the same feedback's going to come.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think earlier on in the piece, it's better to diversify yourself. So at least people getting into it know that you're not just...
It's not too far-fetched.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you follow drill, but he did it really well, was Blanco from Harlem Spartans.
Okay, no.
Like, bro, the music he makes now, you wouldn't pick that he was a founding member of Harlem Spartans.
Yeah, right.
But he for all the other drill artists, same with Heady One. Heady One's a good example.
Yeah.
Heady One made a collab album with Fred again in like 2020.
True.
That's back then, bro. Like, and that caught mad criticism at the time. Yeah. And it's the same thing of they diversified early, and now years later they're still at the top of the game. While all these rappers that didn't diversify away from drill are just kind of left to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Left behind because they just kept making drill, and drill just naturally ran its course. Like waves of hip hop, bro. It just naturally runs its course.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, it's fascinating, bro. When Cruisin' dropped in 2019, you then took a 2-year break for It Ain't Right, and then it would have been like last year. Did you drop with Marv's last year or 2020?
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
So 2019, 2 years to It Ain't Right, and then another 2 years to your Marv's collab. Well, how come there was kind of breaks in there?
Man, just life.
Yeah.
Yeah, life, cuz. Yeah. And I feel at the time I didn't have nothing to say.
True.
Yeah, like I could make a song and write a verse, but there's nothing in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it didn't feel like...
Yeah. And, you know, the intent behind Cruising was for the boys. You know what I mean? Like I made that for, the lads just kicking back, having a drink. Like if they're going through it, like he's cruising, lad, press play on that, you know, hopefully it helps you out. You know, so I made it for them. And I feel like if I got nothing to say, or if I'm not living in a way that like I have the right to say something, then I'll probably just kick back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then if I feel like I'm in a space to influence or to make like some cracker music and then also have something to say, then that'll be the time that I'll, you know, make some music, or I'll release it anyway. Like I'll still keep making it, but whether or not I drop it is another thing, you know? Yeah.
With Cruisin', because it dropped in 2019, so I didn't hear about it till last year. But I remember when I first saw it, 28,000. I remember that number so specifically of streams.
Yeah.
Checked it yesterday at 60.
Yeah.
So for you, you've doubled the stream. So the song was released 5 years ago, and in the past year, you've doubled what it was in the first 4.
Yeah.
In 2019 and before last year, so from 2019 to 2022, did it gain much traction?
Man, I'm not too sure.
Don't check.
Yeah, I wasn't really checking. Yeah.
You just put it out.
Yeah. 100%, bro. Yeah, I was just happy that it was out. And I was sort of surprised, to be honest, you know?
Of people.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was going to get to 28,000.
Yeah.
You know, like 2,000 is enough for me. Yeah. That's more than the boys, lad. You know? So, yeah, more like as long as more than 200 people or 2,000 people heard it, man, like, yeah, and I still trip out now, like when people tell me, like, you know, how heavy they mess with that track.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, mad love. Like, thank you, bro. I made it for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I hope it does to you what it does to me when, you know, I listen to it.
Well, I drive late at night all the time. I pump it, eh? It's proper. It's like that and Flashing Lights by Kanye. In the night. Heartless by Kanye.
Yeah.
Those 3, bro. Late night drives, sorted. And Duckworth by Kendrick Lamar. I'm not sure if you ever heard that.
Yeah, I have. Is that the one that tells a story?
Yeah.
About his dad and that?
Craziest one.
Yeah.
Top Dog and his dad.
Yeah, that's cracker.
How his dad giving out free chicken saved his life. This is crazy. GMM, the company. So God Made Music. That's yourself, and to the north, is it?
Fly North.
Fly North.
Yeah.
Apologies. And the female artist as well. I typed it in. It's not here.
Lady Eden.
Eden. There we go.
Shout out to her, man.
Your latest track was with her, was it not?
Yeah.
I like that track, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Now GMM, that's you running it.
Yeah, pretty much, man. You know, for me, GMM's like I guess the goal is to get into, you know, production and the whole record label situation kind of thing. But for me, man, it's just a mindset, eh? You know, like I started GMM off a bar that I wrote in a verse for Fly North. You know, like I think the verse is like, I'ma get money mana, bull ball runner. You know, and when I wrote that, like I just wanted to sort of plant the seed in whoever was listening. Like, you know, Fijians are known for certain things. You know, as a people. I feel like we're known for rugby, you know, but then a lot of us aren't known for anything else. And I feel like as a people, we need to maybe focus more on our finances a bit. You know what I mean? So I was hoping that by putting those words together, get money mana, that it'll like champion, I guess,
an idea
of progression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether like it's not so much about the money, but it's more so about just having a crack, doing something, you know, anything.
Yeah.
You know, not just sitting there and, you know, like bullshitting.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah. So that's what it was for me, man. And then, you know, God willing, it becomes more in the future.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't think it was that deep.
Yeah, no, for me, man. Oh, bro, like, yeah, I'm a crazy thinker, lad.
What do you think when people think of Fijians as a people? What, as a Fijian yourself, what is often brought up or kind of mentioned? Or what do you think people think of Fijians?
Man, I think like we're well known for our like our friendliness.
Yeah, for sure.
Our humility.
It's the reason why so many Australians go there, bro.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Our rugby.
Yeah.
You
produce some good players, but
oh man, 100%. And that's
some
you know,
proper wrecking ball wingers, bro.
Yeah. But I feel like, me as a Fijian man and a father too, I feel like we could be known for some other things.
Yeah,
you know, that there could be some balance as well, you know, and then there's other talents out there that could be championed as well as the rugby, you know, because they're always going to do their thing regardless, you know. So I think it's time for, you know, us, whether it be in a music space, a fashion space, TV and cinema space, you know, just to have a crack. Yeah, and then be out there and representing our own way. Yeah,
I'm half Italian, bro, and like when people think, or like when it's been brought up on a night out, they automatically think of like the Italians in America, which are their own. Like they're such a different people to. Not only us, Italian Australians, but like what my nonna and nonno are like is so different to them. Like so much quieter. And it's kind of something that it's fascinating because people be like, oh, you're Italian. And then they put on like the American Italian. You're like, bro, that's not how any of them sound like that.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Shit like that. And in terms of, what people think of when they hear of Italians and things like that, it's kind of interesting to navigate. I feel like you're in the same of like the Fijian thing of, you want to kind of champion something else.
Definitely, yeah. And I feel like, you know, it's the same sort of thing. You know, I always get asked, you play rugby?
Yeah, I did.
And you know, I do, bro. But I feel like not to put that down, but to just add more to the
for sure,
to the I guess list of options. You know what I mean? And just to champion that, and hopefully it'll like spread, and a lot more of our people here will be, you know, take that on and try and have a crack at whatever they're doing. And progress.
The ability in not only Fiji but the Pacific Islanders in terms of anything sonically, like music, whether it's producer, rapper, singer, band, whatever it is, the potential within the culture of Pacific Islanders is insane, bro. Like some people make it big, like Fiji, the artist himself.
100%.
There's plenty of other artists that actually make it big, but there's kind of like a gap between like big and then like, you know, globally known. Because I feel like there's so many that even in like Australia, you have guys like Kenyon Brown. Where it's like they could easily just start rising to that level of complete superstardom.
Kenyon is so consistent, bro, and talented. Like
latest song was very good,
bro. Man, his catalog is crazy. Yeah. And you know, it goes like it shows for itself. He's on that many festivals, and there's that many songs that you know that you could sing that are his. You know, so shout out to him, man.
I had him in here a few weeks ago, and he did a festival in Samoa, which was massive for him. Is it kind of something for you that you'd love to achieve, being able to do a massive festival in Fiji?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been like I've had offers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I just haven't felt like it was the right time. Like I don't want to just go there and sing Cruising 10 times. Yeah. I feel like I want to have more to offer, and then and I feel like it'd be good if the scene there was like
more established.
And at a point where they could receive me.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like at the moment, as far as even being a rapper and being Fijian, it's like anything really, you know, like coming from this side of the map, you know, your parents look at being a rapper like being a, I don't know, comedian or something.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not really something that they take serious.
Yeah.
So even as like a Fijian male, you're better off trying to be a rugby player than to be a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like, when the music scene is at the right time and right place, I feel like God will open that door again for me. and then hopefully the scene there will be able to like receive me better. Yeah,
that'd be mad
for sure.
For a lot of people listening, they ask me about like how they think streaming makes the numbers. I try to explain to people the money's all made in live shows. Like that's how artists get their advances, all those things. But when people hear an artist and say their first 5 songs are like mad, and then they go, I want to go see them live. It's like, bro, you don't understand. They need a catalog.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what you mentioned there.
Yeah,
you just
for
want
sure.
a bit more than, because ideally you have 60 minutes worth of music. That's a lot of music to make, bro. If a song's like 3 minutes, you need 20 of them to try and get you through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I say that to people all the time, like, bro, you're not going to see them until they have like an album out and remixes everywhere and things like that.
Exactly. And if you're taking your art seriously, then you're also thinking about how you want to present it. You know what I mean?
Sure. The visuals, the setting.
Exactly, bro. And I'd love to present it in a way that like is proper, and like that lets people know that like what I'm giving you isn't just art, bro. Or isn't just music. It's art. It's a blessing.
Yeah,
you know, it's from me to you, and it means something. You know, it's not just something I'm getting so like you can like my Instagram page or you know you can like the last photo I put up. Nah, man. Like this is from my heart to yours. You know, and I hope you listen to it and you receive it that way. Yeah,
that's mad, bro. Have you had anyone come up to you and like go like, "Oh, I fuck with your music" and things like that?
Plenty, yeah.
Plenty, how's that feel? Well, how did the first few times feel?
Man, I was thankful. Yeah, thankful, bro. Just thankful that someone was listening other than the boys. Yeah. Like I think the first few was the boys. Yeah. So I was like already like a little bit used to it. Not used to it, but like, you know, I was like, oh man, the song must be all right. Yeah. So then when other people in like outside of that circle started saying it, then I was like, oh yeah, mad.
Yeah.
But like still, man, I'm thankful for all the listens. Hey, like anyone that takes the time out to check the art out. Yeah.
I'm the same. So I have this thing called Sunday League. And it's our local soccer team, but we film all the games and we do like a pre and post game thing. And last year it started to pick up, but I'd started it just because I wanted like a page for the boys to just kind of talk shit.
Yeah, right.
And it's grown heaps. Like TikTok's over 10K, Instagram's like 4K now. And like we uploaded a video the other day. Well, it's just me, but I say we because the boys are all in it. Yeah. But it's like 5 million views, like shit like that, right? But when people first started coming up to me, and they were truly random, so like not someone who's got a mate mutual, and he's like, bro, I've seen your stuff, love it. Yeah. Because that I've had for years because of Helos, it's been around for a while. Yeah. But when someone first started coming up to me, like truly random, or like up to one of the boys at Costco at the airport, and someone came, because he was in his jersey, but they came up to me, and Ben, it was Pete, I don't know if he ever told the story. And he came up to me, he goes, oh, did you win today? And he goes, yeah. And like kind of not wondering why. And then he goes, oh, like I watch your TikToks. And like hearing that, bro, for the first few times, proper imposter syndrome, eh?
That's
I've
crazy.
always been grateful for it. Yeah. Always so grateful. But even now, if someone truly random comes up to me, like after I went to the grand final last year because I'm a Penrith supporter.
Yeah, nice.
Someone came up to me, I was with my mum, and someone came up to me about it. And that's like at the grand final, bro. There's like 80,000 people in the stadium. True. And someone spotted me and come up and going like, you know, love your stuff. Bro, I don't know. First time they came up to me, you're like, fuck, I'm just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just doing my thing. Like I was always going to do this whether someone watched it or not.
Exactly.
And it's crazy, bro. Like completely random people resonate with it and they love it.
Love that, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, it just kind of trips me out. That's why I love asking like any of the boys that come in, like Marv's or like Blake Austin and things like that. It's like, do you remember the first time people noticed you and how did you feel?
Yeah. I think the most memorable one probably like Promised Land, the first one.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, I went there I just went there. Yeah. And then there was like just randoms, man, like walking through surfers and that.
Yeah.
And then they were like, just shouting out like Allblackalby, this and that. And just coming saying hello, tapping in. I was like, oh man. And I was spinning out, bro. And it was mad. It was mad to see that many people like just reach out. And that they even had the I guess humility to reach out, you know? Like a lot of Islanders are mad staunch. Like we'll see ya and then we'll suss ya and be like, oh yeah, he was there. Yeah. We'll tell everyone else you were there, but we won't like come up to you and like, hey, give him mad love, lad. So for people to like get past that and come up and shake my hand, like I appreciate it, you know? Especially like, So it was like, it was a mad feeling, bro.
Yeah, that's cool, bro. It's very cool. Now, Marv's, we've mentioned Marv so many times. Marvin, I love you. So when Marv's first reached out, did you have any neutrals at all?
Man, actually, one mutual we had was he's actually passed away now. So man, rest in peace to Haka Thompson. He was like a big youth leader for Hillsong.
Yeah.
And we actually went like, yeah, bro, I've known Haka since I was young, so that's our mutual there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did a bit with Marv's as well, I think through the church space as well. And he used to come out to Maryland's, like, do barbecues and all that, and like try and bribe the boys to come to church. You know, like I remember, man, he used to tell me, he's like, hey, Bulla, if you come to church, I'll buy you fish and chips. Yeah. You know, like stuff like that, you know? And I was like, yeah, mad, set. So he was one of our mutuals, and I think he was the main one, really, that we connected through. And it was after his passing that we sort of got to know each other more, which is unfortunate, but man, mad love to him. Yeah. So it was, sort of through him, bro. And I was already like, I guess, preview of Marv's music, bro. And like I already messed with it hard, you know, like tracks like No One.
Yeah, Katrina.
Oh, bro,
My
Katrina,
Way.
yeah, bro. Oh, My Way too, lad. Fuck.
Tell you what my favorite Marv's track is, bro. I was listening to it today. Best Behavior.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah,
I can't tell you why. It's just I just resonate with it. I just love
Actually,
it.
that might be mine too, lad.
Yeah.
The beat too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, but that beat, I don't know whose beat it was, but I've heard other rappers on it.
Yeah?
Yeah, this guy called Che Lingo. I think he's from the UK. And Koji Radical, who was on it.
Yeah,
Bro.
Koji Radical.
Yeah,
true.
he featured on it. I'll show you the song after. I think it's called Dark Days or something. But bro, yeah, it's that beat. And then just Marv's on it as well. Just talk, like, that's what I mean. Like someone just kind of, like he's just talking about how he can be troubled, but he's not. He's going to promise to be on his best behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Bro, I love that shit.
I love how Marv's is himself.
Yeah.
You know, 100% himself, and
Never wavers,
is comfortable in that.
Yeah.
I think that's something that the scene needs to champion more too. You know, because yeah, bro, that's something that I think we could all take from. And I think to me that was one of the most things that that was one of the things that drew me to Marv's, and how much, you know, he was comfortable within himself, the music that he made. And the songs, you could just hear it through the songs, bro. He wasn't trying to be anyone else but himself. And for me, that was like a no-brainer.
When you first hopped in the studio, did you go, yeah, mixtape? Like, or did you do the single first and then go, yeah, mixtape now?
Man, what did we do? I think actually the track "Kick It With You,"
Yeah.
that was made before anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
Mad
sent me
song.
that. Yeah, he sent me that. I was out country at the time, and I had a mic with me, and I recorded it in like a motel in West Wyalong.
What? What the fuck you doing out there, bro?
Man, I was just like, yeah, kicking it out there, bro. So I recorded that there, sent it back to him, and I think for both of us, "Kick It With You" was like the confirmation that we could do this like together. Yeah, bro. Like that we sounded like gun on the track, like the contrast of me and Marv's and sitting on those type of beats. And then we were just like, far out, we'll see what else we can do. Yeah. And then Got You was actually our first time in the studio together, like recording. And
what a gem it is, bro. What a gem.
Bro. And that was confirmation as well. You know, like we clicked straight away. Yeah, bro. It felt natural. I didn't feel like nervous. That was actually my first time making music with someone else.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, like that wasn't related to me, you know, other than like the Fly North lads are my cousins. So that was natural. But yeah, making music with Marv's, getting to know him at that studio. That was the first time I met him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was
Was it at Open Studio?
It was.
Yeah. Mad Studio.
Is that still called Open?
Open Source? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, true.
No, it was called something else before, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Maybe it's called Open now. I think it's Open now, but it was called something else before.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, bro, Mad Studio.
Bro, that was a cracker session, man. Like had Marv, it was me and Marv's and Biggs, MK, pretty much the Yellow Line crew except for Elijah.
Yeah.
And then I think Elijah was in England at that time. Or
bro,
UK.
a few years ago.
Yeah. And even Solly came through.
Yeah, bro. How unique is he, eh?
Man.
That's what the scene needs. People like
he's
Solly.
a beast, lad.
Yeah.
Like after that session, he might have played like 100 beats for us, lad, and all of them were
on.
Yeah, lad, all of them were bangers, bro. We were like, and they were so different. You know, it's not like he was just playing like the same type of beats, man. It was like house beats, R&B, like there was some sample stuff. There was like just some hard like ASAP Rocky type.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of energy. I think I might have heard someone his new tape with DeAndre.
Yeah.
Is it Up Boys?
Yeah. Up Boy Down, Up Boy Down. Yeah.
I've heard some of those beats from that session, man. And yeah, we were just listening to it, bro, like early hours of the morning and being like, this kid is different. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's mad, bro.
Shout out to Solly too.
Yeah. Shout out. Shot Solly.
Yeah.
Bro, that's one of the, bro, I love producer tags. Like, I just love when a producer shows me that, or like you hear a producer tag and you can kind of like conductor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When that comes on, you know exactly. Or like Griselda.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing with like Solly when it's like shot Solly. Like, fuck, you're in for a good time, bro. Yeah. Now a few more questions, bro. Your first live shows, one being at Soulmate, which is cool. I love the idea of Soulmate. But your first live shows, how was that for you? Were you nervous as? Like, what were the feelings you were going through?
Yeah, man. Soulmate was my actual first performance. Yeah. So shout out Capital Z and Jesse, man. Like the team there at Soulmate, bro. They forgive me the opportunity, you know. I was nervous as lad. Yeah, bro. To be honest, bro, I was shooting bricks, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's my first time, and I'd seen pictures of like the events and stuff. And I was telling my cousin, I was like, lad, there's gonna be that many people there, bro. I don't even know these people know my music. But, you know, it is what it is. They gave me the opportunity, bro. I got to run the ball, you know?
Yeah.
But, man, I did it and it was amazing, bro. Like, shout out to the Fijian community too. Like, everyone rocked up for me, like, came out in numbers. Not just the Fijian community, but the Western Sydney community. Like, everyone that I grew up with, it's crazy, bro. I seen some lad from, like, I didn't see since primary school.
Yeah.
Actually, he's from here, bro.
Yeah, he's from out here.
Yeah. He's like, bro, we went to school together at Shelby Primary.
Yeah.
I was like, hey. I was like, yeah, true. It's like, bro, his fool shook my hand. We took a picture. Bought him a beer. And yeah, man, like stuff like that, eh? Like the performance side of things, yeah, it gets like, I get nervous. But then like, I guess while I'm in it, you don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flow state.
Yeah, 100%. That switch turns on and you're just doing your thing, eh?
You go overseas for a show tomorrow.
Yeah.
To New Zealand. How's that feel for you, bro?
Man, bit of a full circle moment, hey? Like being Auckland born and then being able to perform in Auckland. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I'm still spinning out now.
Yeah.
But I'm keen. I'm ready for it. Like, and yeah, it's my second show too. So it's like, oh, bro. We'll see how we go, man. And being on the lineup with Mellow Downs and Poetic, you know, two big staples in the music game this side of the map. Yeah, like, yeah. Being able to even just be mentioned with them, man, that's an honor.
Yeah, bro. It's so cool. Yeah. That's so cool that you you get to go back over there, bro.
Hard. Shout out to Rizvan and North City Rizzy. Yeah, for putting me on, man. Like, shout out to that camp and shout out to New Zealand. Yeah.
Bro, tell you what song you should listen to tomorrow or tonight. Full Circle by Big Sean.
Yeah?
Bro, he's just talking about there's a bar in it so obviously he was signed to Kanye.
Yeah.
And he goes like, I was in year 10 bagging up Ye. 10 years later, I dropped an album same day. I'm number one with Ye.
Wow.
And shit like that. But it's just this whole Diddy. Unfortunately, Diddy's part of the song. But besides the Diddy parts, bro, it's him and a guy called Key Wayne. And it's just talking about like all these full circle moments in his life.
Yeah, that's a producer, yeah? Key Wayne?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure, what's Key Wayne doing in the song? I can't remember if he's singing for a bit. He does something in it. But, yeah, bro, it's such a mad song. Every time, like Nick Air, who runs his studio, I grew up watching him because he used to do like YouTube videos.
Yeah, true.
And now like he's one of my best mates. You know what I mean? And like when I have moments, shit like that.
100%.
And like when I meet people I grew up watching and idolizing, and then they're called friends and... when I speak things into existence, things like that, always listen to that song, bro. It's one of my favorite ever songs, eh?
100%.
It's off his Detroit 2 album. Criminally underrated album, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's on that?
The Detroit 2 album. He has Travis Scott on Lithuania. He has Post Malone on Wolves. And he has by far the best feature, bro. And if you want to start your own label, the best artist listener is Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Deep Reverence.
Sure. Yeah. I like that song.
Yeah. That's that album.
Yeah. I'm a big Nip fan too, lad.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
He has... Bro, Nipsey's one of the goats.
1000%.
Not Erykah. No, he doesn't have Erykah Badu. Oh, he has one of the female soul singers on there as well. I forget what it's called, but he has like a Stevie Wonder interlude and everything on it. It's a cool album, bro. Just go start to finish when you get in the car, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Like proper, yeah. Big Sean's one of the most underrated. I don't know why. Like he obviously has massive songs, and then he talks about in that album like how much those songs kind of hinder his public image.
I think
because people like that just know him for like I Don't Fuck With You or like these other songs where he's like nah, like there's much more to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's the con of taking that route, eh?
Yeah.
And
yeah, well, it's just kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you want to make a song that makes that much money.
Yeah.
Gets played that often.
That's it.
Like, yeah.
To be able to make the other songs.
Yeah, 110%. Now, what have you found has been the biggest hurdle so far in your music career?
Oh, man. I'm not too sure, bro, because to be honest, I don't really see it as a career still. You know, I feel like it's still early days with me and I'm sort of earning my bones, you know, and but probably, I wouldn't say hurdle, but I'd say challenge for myself is not giving in to the rest of the game and not following what everyone else is doing. You know, I guess, you know, like the more listens you get, the more attention you get. And then the more attention you get, you sort of like start seeing yourself next to these other artists and then feel like maybe a pressure to do the things that they're doing or to take the route that they're taking to sort of get some similar success, you know. And I think, for me, I just have to remind myself why I do it and just like keep treating it like a passion rather than I guess a career, you know, so to speak. But I think for me, that's the biggest challenge, man. Just staying true to the listeners that found me with cruising. Yeah. And then not try and veer too far away from like that essence, you know?
Yeah, the essence, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
The essence. Just, you can't veer from it.
Yeah, 100%.
I have the same. So with the Sunday League, because we upload like a 20-minute video every Sunday from the game. It takes me hours to edit, like probably like 8 or 9 hours to like get to it. So bro, you got to go through the game like multiple times, a 90-minute game.
Yeah, that's it.
Add the editing in. But we had one of the videos on YouTube. It did 70K, like a 20-minute episode, bro. That's nuts to me.
That's like crazy for an episode that long.
Yeah,
too, yeah.
And it's like our fourth, and like you just said, so Sporting Club Helos is called the essence of it's called like the essence. Yeah. That's what I call it. It's kind of essence of football, like grassroots football. We're not talking about like top division. We're talking about like what actually is the 99% of football. And it's everyone playing grassroots. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same with MMA. Like we go to MMA gyms and document like completely unknown fighters because there's that many unknown fighters in the world that make up the scene and train with your favorite fighters. That's why your favorite fighters are so good because there's these guys willing just to stay in the background. Things like that, right? And I had to remind myself, like when I got to 70K, I started looking around at other channels and like what they're doing. And there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration and ideas. But I was like, no, I got to stay true to what I'm doing because what I'm doing clearly just worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's easy to look around at that number. When you hit those, I like completely agree. You hit it like a number and you look around at people on like similar numbers. You're like, oh, they're doing that. I was like, no, I've got to stay in my own thing.
Exactly.
Stick true to the essence of everything I've built, my core message, my core values.
That's it.
And just gun it down that lane,
100%.
And just see where it takes you.
100%. I think that's the key to it, like, and really checking your intentions. You know, like, why are you doing it? Who's it for? Yeah. Yeah, and like, I feel like I sort of make music for the same reason. You know what I'm like? I make music for, like, the foot soldiers.
Yeah, right.
You know, the rest of them, like, still having a crack, you know, the diggers, the ones that are out there working 9 to 5s and trying to make things shake, you know, trying to have a crack at something. I feel like that's the music that I make.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
And like, I just got to remember that I'm making it for them and for people like myself, you know, and if I stay true to that, then I should be right.
Yeah.
You know, God willing,
110%.
Yeah.
I'm the same the reason I do this podcast is exactly why. What you just said is exactly why. It's because I want to give power and a platform to the creatives to kind of just explain themselves a little bit more.
Yeah.
So people can know a little bit more about their favorite artists or their favorite footy players. You know what I mean? And then like what you just exactly said of like what you make your music for is exactly what I do, why I do this podcast, so people can hear that. You know what I mean?
Yes, sure.
So people deserve to hear that, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
And things like that. I feel like a lot of people listen to artists that never really acknowledge, or like that artists that just make songs for clubs and things like that, where it's like there's so many artists in the world that are making music for you. You know what I mean? They're not making music to chart. They're not making any. They couldn't give a fuck if 10 people rock up to their show. They're just making music because they know someone out there every day when they're going to their 9 to 5 or 6 to 2, like you and I would know, all the boys doing 6 to 4. On their way to work, they're bumping, cruising at 5 a.m. on the M4.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I know what music's done for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and the amount of game that I've got from music, and you know, like even as a kid growing up without a dad, and that, like a lot of music raised me. A lot of Nate Dogg, a lot of 50 Cent. You know, I was looking for gems in those songs to like sort of guide me in my little journey. You know, so I know that if I can do that with some of my songs, leave some gems in there for maybe a youngin' coming up after me that, you know, won't have the same guidance, or, you know, probably coming up in a similar situation, like, I feel like that's where it bears the importance. You know, that's where the weight is. Like, I feel like if I can do that for someone, that's music done right, you know?
Beautifully said, bro.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
You mentioned 50 Cent then. I just wanted to mention it. So I go to up in the mountains, there's a few op shops.
Yeah.
The same with Penrith. And when I go to op shops, because I don't like spending big money on clothes, and you can get like good pants like $10. Exactly. Love it, right? But I do CD collecting just because like I like listening to CDs in my car.
That's shy.
Bro, the one I've said it since the first CD I got. Do you listen to Triple J at all? Like the Triple J Hottest 100?
No, I can't say I have.
So Hottest 100, you know what that is? Like the day before Australia Day now, they do like all the fans vote, the Australian public vote for their
I've seen the list
songs.
a few times. Yeah.
So in 2003, Gangsta's Paradise finished second to Wonderwall by Oasis. But I've got the CD in my car, 2003 Hottest 100. I got it for $1. Bro, I get all these. I've got the 8 Mile soundtrack. I've got Bob Marley soundtracks on CD for $1 from all these op shops. Right. The one thing, bro, is get rich or die trying. That's my pinnacle. If I ever get it, I'll stop collecting.
Like I've got it tatted, bro. Hustle's Ambition. Like,
I was listening to that today, bro.
That's my favorite song from that album,
bro.
bro. Like, man, I got this tattoo when I was like, I think I was like 20.
Yeah, that's mad.
Bro. Just because that song just meant so much to me, you know, like when I was, catching a train somewhere or like, doing something, you know, I just put it on and automatically, bro, 50's words would just be like, you know, it'd be like a father speaking to his son, you know, and I just fucking hold on to it. Like, you know, everything that he was saying, you know, I want the finer things in my life, so I hustle. You know, I just held on to that so fucking tight, lad. Yeah.
It's weird, bro. His son turned out to be a dropkick. Bro, it's
Man.
weird, eh?
Yeah, true.
Did you ever listen to his book? His audio books on
which one's that? I think I heard I read the first one, and then I've listened to a few chapters on Spotify for the Hustle Smart or whatever it is.
Hustle Hard, Hustle Smart.
Yeah, Hustle Hard,
bro.
Hustle Smart.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
But I read 50th Law.
Yeah.
The one he did with Robert Greene. Yeah,
Robert Greene, bro. Bro, that book is insane. The 47 Laws of Power.
Robert's one is the 48 Laws.
Yeah,
and then he did one with 50 called the 50th Law.
Yeah, I just started listening to the 48 Laws this week because he was on Theo Von's podcast last week.
Yeah, true.
Just started, only 20 minutes in.
That's a cracker book.
Yeah, bro. And he talks about, on Theo's podcast, he was talking about like how he's just like travel. Because I like to travel. I think that's like, I could have easily saved money to buy a house, whatever. But I'd rather travel because I feel like that's where I learned so much about like myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Learning about cultures, bro, massive on it. I love learning about cultures. And yeah, he was talking about like how like he just spent so many years just doing random shit. But the one thing he always maintained was he was an observant. And then he just kept that going. And then he just started writing, kept writing for years. And then, and that book was released in 2007, bro.
Yeah.
And only relatively recently has it really like hit mainstream culture.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, he talks about how 50 Cent was like embodied everything in the 47 laws or 48 laws. But yeah. I don't know why I say 47. And like he embodies everything in the 48. You know what I mean? But listening to Hustle Hard, Hustle Smart, bro, he talks about his vitamin water deals and shit like that. Yeah. Like how he made that happen. Talks about his music breaks. Talks about like how he's tried to get his son to start a shoe shop before e-commerce and rise with e-commerce. All these things, bro. You're like, holy fuck. There's
ultimate hustler.
Yeah. He talks about Floyd as well in there. It's so funny, bro. It's so funny.
Man.
God bless that beef. He's funny, bro. Do you follow him on Insta?
50 I'll do, yeah. Oh, bro. It's like, it goes hand in hand, Like,
it's marketing. It's all it is, bro.
Yeah, 100%. He came in the game that way, so, you know, how can he change? And he's just being himself, bro.
Yeah.
Like, hate it or love it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What a song that is, too.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Now, last question. If you could add a feature to each of these songs, so we'll do it separately, who would you add to Cruisin', Steeze, and Got You? Bear in mind, for those listening, Got You has already got Marv's on it. But yeah, so if you were to add a feature to Cruisin', who would you add?
That's a good one, man. Like Aussie artists?
Anyone, bro. Anyone. True. Dead or alive?
Man, Cruisin', I'd probably add Erykah Badu.
Yeah, that's... Oh, bro, imagine that.
Yeah, Erykah
Reach out,
Badu,
Erykah.
Erykah Badu vocals on Cruisin', laters, cuz. Yeah, for sure.
Steeze. This one's interesting, bro, because I couldn't really pick, like, an artist for it, to be honest.
True. Man, I reckon it'd either be, like... From Sydney, I'd probably get Shelly on there.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon.
Love Shelly, bro.
Yeah, I reckon Shelly on that type of beat, he'd glide for sure. But yeah, as far as any other country, maybe Skepta, or Larry June.
Yeah, great shouts.
Yeah.
Shelly, bro, his best song I reckon is Queens, where he talks about his mum and bro, I love that song, eh?
Man, I love that song. But I feel like Terms and Conditions.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, and
the power in Terms and Conditions, like the overwhelming sense of like this is who I am, this is what I'm about.
Yeah, 100%. And bro, he's got like I don't know, bro. He's just got a knack for great hooks.
Yeah.
You know, like especially like the rapped hooks. You know, like they're so catchy, bro.
Yeah.
And just the way his flow, everything, man, it just suits it, eh? Like,
bro.
And I'd love to hear Shelly on some like Steeze type beats.
Yeah.
I feel like that, like if he ever wanted to, that's another lane that he can take.
I reckon make it happen, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Got You, which already features Marv's.
Man. I reckon it'd have to be like another female, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, you heard of Kate?
Nah.
From Melbourne? She's
She's
got that OG Kush song.
Yeah, someone's mentioned that.
Yeah.
I can't remember who. Maybe Seveno mentioned it to me.
Probably, bro.
Or Matt Craig, maybe. You know AU Dollars?
Yeah.
He runs that.
Yeah.
I think he might, because he's from Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'll probably hear Kate on there, man.
Yeah, that's sick.
I love her music, bro.
You know who's good? Reezy. She's part of the 92 World Crew.
She is, bro. What's that track that she got with him?
I'm a cynic.
Bro, she glides on that, man. Yeah.
What the fuck is that called, Reezy? I forget.
Yeah.
Bro, she's the best. But yeah, bro, I'm going to look that up. I don't want to disrespect Reezy. Live on the thing, Reezy.
Shout out her, man.
Oh,
yeah.
what an artist.
If not Kate, then maybe even like...
In it.
True?
Yeah, that's what it's called by Reezy. Yeah.
Who made that beat?
One of the 92 World Boys, I imagine.
Look Good?
Yeah, probably.
Shout out Look Good, bro.
Yeah, shout out.
He's a weapon, man.
I hope Jazz is listening, because I reckon Jazz would be listening. Because Jazz reached out to you before, hey?
Yeah.
We're talking
shout
about...
out Jazz, man.
Yeah, top 3 in the country.
Bro, hard. One of the hardest in the country, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, not even the country, man. Like, down under.
Yeah.
This side of the map, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always hard, bro, because I always want... You know, that's something I've never really brought up, but I always want to term Pacific Islander, New Zealand, and Australian hip-hop as one. But it's kind of hard to, like... put it together, because for Australia and New Zealand, I just say ANZ.
ANZ, yeah.
But when it comes to Pacific Islander,
I feel like, Pacific Islanders sort of fall under there anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Because a lot of them do move to either of the countries.
Exactly, and then we don't really crack it till we come over to...
So many resources here, but that's all it is, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Just resources and marketing over here.
For sure.
Well, that's it for today, brother.
Let me ask you, man, what's your top 5?
Top 5 what?
Like, rappers this side of the map. I know I'm switching up the whole podcast thing.
Do they have to be relative? I'm so glad you asked me a question. I didn't get asked many.
Nah, man, up to you. Yeah, however it goes.
Okay, because it's hard to... And just rappers,
Just
not
rappers,
groups.
yeah,
okay. I'm going to say who I mentioned before to you earlier. Jazz.
Yeah.
This is in no order. I want Scribe.
Yeah.
I want Lex. Who else is in my other two?
Lissy.
Yeah, Lissy.
Yeah.
Bro, this last one's hard. This last one's really hard. Bro, I'm going to kick myself because I'm going to forget so many. Fuck. Oh, who else would be in now? Shelly? Nah. Shelly, Soga, Elijah. Marv's is fucking... Bro, Marv's is up there. Oh, this is hard, bro. Because I know I'm forgetting... Like, someone like Cursor comes straight to mind.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have other artists like that. Like, bro, Cahooks. I found Cahooks before he'd even released a song. I found him freestyling on TikTok.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
And his hood bars is insane. It's actually, bro, to be honest, it's between Cahooks, Cursor, and Marv's, but purely out of respect for the amount, like, for what he did in the scene, it's got to be Cursor.
For sure.
Because I feel like even though he's a Caucasian male, what he did for, like, every single artist in this country as platforming hip-hop and with no Triple J help, like no radio help.
I feel like his business moves should be studied.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
bro.
his moves within, like, on the business side of music, bro. Like, to tour like that, to make the money that he has from touring and to be that consistent, to sell out and not have any radio play.
Genius.
Off YouTube and like streaming services, bro, it's underappreciated, bro. And like that's what they should study and aim.
Yeah.
Or, you know, any of these big music industry places, you know, like.
Bro, he sold out in JB Hi-Fi.
Exactly. That's crazy.
It's fucking
unheard of.
Yeah. No one did that ever.
Yeah.
Like ever. Yeah. Insane, bro.
Yeah, bro. He's a weapon, man, and still going.
Yeah.
Like, the money that he's made off music, bro, like I think the scene would benefit a lot if they were to like have him at some sort of I don't know, like somewhere up there. But to help guide the scene, bro, you need someone like Cursor that's done it, been there, done it, you know?
Yeah, for
like
sure.
a Jay-Z of sorts, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Who do you think are the most underrated artists in the country currently?
Oh, man. As far as R&B goes,
yeah, we'll keep it hip hop. Like R&B,
Man, hip hop. Yeah, definitely Marv's.
Yeah.
For sure, Marv's.
I think Solly, bro.
Yeah?
Solly's one of those guys where it's like one day it'll hit and it'll go big.
Yeah, because he does it all.
Yeah, and he's different.
Yeah,
He's an original person.
Yeah, for sure.
You can ask him what inspires you and he goes, I couldn't fucking tell you.
I feel like Sydney's scared of that.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, Sydney's scared of something that's out of the norm.
Yeah.
You know, because we're such a staunch city.
Yeah.
You know, just because, like, we've been doing it a certain way for so long. Anything out of that really gets pushed to the side, Like, but yeah, for sure, Solly, man. Like an artist like Solly, even like, and I feel like Marv's fits into that as well. He's like, he's there, but he's not fully championed like he should be. You know? Man, who else? Yeah, that's a hard one, bro.
Like I always say, PV boys.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, like the amount of talent they have between that whole crew. Even 92 World as a whole, as a crew, is just insane.
Yeah, I feel like that whole lane is, it's like, just because I think Sydney's just so, or like the game as a whole in Australia is like been, like so heavily influenced by drill.
Yeah.
Like anything other than drill sort of doesn't get the same respect, you know?
Yeah, and anyone from the outside in going, like they see Pacific Islanders making music from Sydney and they go, I expect this to be drill. And then they listen, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is just what people have probably become used to over the past few years since 2019. Like, it was such a massive boom, bro. Like, when you have Hefs and 1-4, faces of like billboards and shit, you know what I mean?
For
like,
sure.
Yeah. And I think there's a few getting around, bro. Marv's is definitely one of them. There's a beauty in being underrated, but
for sure.
2 Chainz has a mad bar about it. Like, where he talks on, just how he loved being underrated because he can always just do what he wanted to do type of thing. And no one ever dictated to him. Bro, he's just rapping. And he's just like, that, like, so, like, just nailed it.
Yeah, 100%. Nah, yeah, man. I think that'd be, just Solly, Marv's, Planet Vegeta,
Yeah.
Yeah.
trying to think if there's anything more, bro. I love clipping this stuff up because I clip it up, put it up, and bro, you'll just get the best suggestions of all time, eh?
Yeah, sure.
That's how I come across someone reached out to me about 7-0 back in the day.
Yeah, true.
Because 7-0 had already popped off with like his songs in like COVID times, and he's obviously been big since he was on since he was in Fortunate. But like they just reached out and they're like, bro, check this other shit that he does. No one really listens to it. It's like, holy fuck.
Actually, bro, I reckon Manu Crooks.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I don't know if he's underrated, but he's underappreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah, for something like he ran the ball for a while there.
Bro,
for the
big
hip hop
time.
scene.
He went over to America.
Yeah, exactly,
It's
bro.
insane.
And I think his moves, like similar to Cursor, weren't as appreciated, for an indie artist doing it all on his own. That whole camp, bro, Miracle or Blessed, they were trendsetters for a long while there.
Yeah.
And they were pretty much the only ones in the city making noise like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pre 1-4, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. 110%.
Yeah.
Manu's like, I kind of say the same about like West Side Gun. It's like you probably don't appreciate when the music drops and then you go back 2 years later and you're like, it still holds up.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Any time of the day, any time of the week.
And he's versatile as.
Yeah.
Like, he can be on anything, man. Yeah. Like, bro, that lad, he's just, bro.
That guy.
Yeah, 100%. So I feel like, whether it's underrated or underappreciated, Manu Crooks, man.
Yeah, for sure. Well, brother, I want to say thank you for hopping on.
Man, thank you for having
Appreciate
me,
it big time.
Thank you so much, bro.
We're going to do the new segment 6-0 with Helos and Co after this, which will come out before the episode, but I'm keen to do that.
It's going
to be mad. And what is it? Tosoviti?
Tosoviti all the time.
Tosoviti,
Yeah. Bad cut.